It's so messed up. I guess my hair is just going to be messed up today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 914. We are testing out some time schedule differences. So if you sleep exactly at 3:59, or I guess at 4:11, I am so sorry we have inconvenienced you. But we're doing this for everybody. Maybe someone wakes up at 3, or I guess in the Pacific time zone where I live. Either way, my full time job ends at 5, starting on the 16th, if I know my math correctly. So, also, you guys caught me in a little bit of a weird experimental kind of phase here because what this is, do I live near a Cold Stone Creamery? Yes, very good question. I do. I never go there. The Cold Stone replaced the atrocious Baked Bear, which I suppose is good, but I'm really a Ben and Jerry's guy. So every single time I just see the Cold Stone, I'm just like, I could spend half the money to just get a everything but the dot 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 flavor at Ralph's, and I do, and it's really good, and I never regret my decision. But good question. You must be a local. I know where you live. Then, yeah, come over, come over. I don't know, watch a movie with us. We have movie nights every other day. We have big gatherings. There's a voting process. You will likely be in the minority if you want to watch, like, I don't know, the Flintstones movie or something. Yummy paper. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your contribution to the stream. I live in Nevada, sadly. Oh, well. Oh, I'm guessing when I said Carmel Valley, how many Cold Stone Creameries are there in Carmel Valley? There's not too many, huh? Well, you stipulated. Very good guess. I live in Nevada. Interesting. Very interesting. You're making me very suspicious in many different ways, but it's whatever. Actually, I was in the middle of giving my update. I'm experimenting with my sleep and how awake I am, and clearly the effects are having an effect on me today. Or it's bad. It's bad. So my brain and my nervous system are most definitely out of whack today. And I mean, it's nothing actually bad has happened except for the brain chemistry and whatnot. So I think that'll affect our score. So for yesterday, what even happened? Oh yeah. Yesterday was a 6.1. It's all right. Today I am feeling a 4.3, but it's kind of a modest 4.3. It's no psychotic manic episode 4.3, so I think we're fine. I'm back to see you eat yummy paper. No, me too. Me too. I'm always here to look at myself on the monitor and go, "Yep, he's eating," just like how he promised me. I look in the mirror every day and go, "You're gonna eat paper today, and you're never gonna miss a single stream," which I haven't. All right. I'm very surprised. It's good that no one cares enough about this series to call me out when I forget, because I've forgotten many times. And no one cares, which is good, which will make me feel a lot better. Like, people just care about joining when I'm streaming so that they can do the thing, join in. Seems like watching me eat paper is the least important part of the stream, which is good, which is very good. Oh, yeah, I got a letter from my grandma. Very cool. You guys can screenshot that. Oh yeah, right. My grandma's probably watching this. Because this is what she here. Okay, I'm gonna read my grandma's letter. Dear Brian, I've been following your my YouTube postings, which is good. I mean, for someone at that age, it is very good vernacular. I actually really respect how relatively, I guess, tech savvy she is. Recently, you complained about having a headache, and I'm wondering if eating paper might have caused the headache. As you may or may not know, the production of white paper involves toxic chemicals. The two toxic agents used for bleaching that I'm aware of are chlorine and dioxin. Both are hazardous. Please stop eating paper. You do not know what you are setting yourself up for. Much love, Grandma Kathy. Well, I do know what I'm setting myself up for. What I'm setting myself up for is the unknown. And I will say, my last year, 2 or 3 of experience has gotten me more in touch with the unknown than ever before. I know the unknown like no man before or after me will. And I will say this, in all seriousness, if there was any sign that I was having, actual health complications with direct ties, proven scientifically to the paper reading, I would stop. I know I talk about my body being a sacrifice to science, and we talk about the consistency of the streams. However, many viewers who seem to value just consistency and number loyalty above all else would immediately unsub to me if they were to ever see how inconsistent my streaming series is. You might notice that I started this series 6 years ago, which is way more than 900 days. And that's because I've taken so many breaks that it makes the name of this series kind of meaningless. Not technically false, but meaningless. The reason I put my reputation at such a great risk is because I am willing to risk it all when it comes to my health. In fact, towards the beginning of this year, I stopped the series entirely when I caught an extremely bad flu bug that caused me nausea. It was just a seasonal flu, and it was very gross, but I thought it had something to do with the paper, which it didn't. Fact of the matter is, to both me and outside observers, if I'm doing something unusual relative to health, if anything unhealthy happens, confirmation bias sets in, and we think that this health complication wouldn't happen. The fact of the matter is, normal people with healthy diets experience health complications. They experience things like asthma. It's quite common, actually. Asthma is a very common ailment. And so when people experience those things, people always look at their habits. And if there are none, then there's no emphasis placed on the health complication. If there is any unusual health behavior, people automatically assume they're connected. It's our natural pattern seeking brain behavior. Fact of the matter is, we did that x-ray scan, and not just an x-ray scan, a very involved scanning of my entire body, waiting for any results. We found nothing except a vitamin D deficiency. So I guess I just need to take some supplements, some pills each day. They found no paper reservoir, no increase in chemicals. And keep note, this was a scan of all the chemicals and all the supplements and all the things in my body. If there were additional buildup long term of these chemicals, I believe they'd find it, specifically because I instructed my doctors to look for such things. They know about my series. So I know the concern is very easy for somebody who doesn't know the contextual clues, but, I'm always happy to answer their concerns. So, Grandma Kathy, if you're watching, let me set your mind at ease. But also, just know, best case scenario, all this worry and all this brain strife was for nothing. Worst case scenario, if I die, my body was a sacrifice for science, and I made this decision. This was not a frivolous decision. I thought long and hard, and I have made the decision to continue with the series and end it at day 1000 and do a normal streaming series afterwards. So if I die due to my decisions, don't feel like this was a tragedy brought upon me. I entirely accept the consequences of my actions. As a consenting adult, the self-destruction of my body through pure retardation, which is what I'm doing right now, if something were to happen, I implore you, don't engage in any acts of charity on my behalf. Been a while, huh? Honey, I'm home. Classic. We missed you, Lance. Welcome back to the stream. I wish that I could rebut my grandmother's beautifully written letter to me in a less sloppy way, but my brain is a little scrambled right now, so unfortunately, that's what we're going to have to live with for now. Mrs. GG doing the math. I like that. Oh, 6. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I thought you were calculating the number of the, whatever, but how many streams it would be. Yeah, no, that is my address. Come over. Am I 22 yet, Brian? Yeah, very good question. So let me check my ID. Let's see. My ID is all the way upstairs, so I can't check it. But let's see. What is it? 22? Yeah. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Yes, I am 22, which is good. The thing is that, come on, Mrs. GGG. I incriminated myself further by just saying it out. If you retract it, well, I mean, whatever. To be fair, my parents would kill me, and also there are crazy people on the internet actually. So you're probably thinking more of the consequences of your actions than I am. Thank you, I appreciate it, but yeah, I feel like I should be more concerned about the address thing, which my dumbass just said the fucking number on stream. So it's not your fault if they visit. It's my fault. As you can tell, I'm in a very self-prosecuting mode right now. Can I be in your will? Dude, you're hopping on the bandwagon. You really, I'd have to give money to all of these other people, especially Mesathula, who's been here since at least day 3. So, I can maybe hawk over a couple cents or maybe a little shout out. You'll be in my will in the form of a little Patreon list. Also, I have no money, so good luck with that. I'm in a voice chat with a friend right now. Well, this is the ultimate voice chat, all right? And I am your friend, all right? So stay here. There ain't no better friend than me. But it's good. I appreciate you, having a little group of friends, and I'm glad I'm included. Tell them I said hello. Wait, hold on. I'm missing some context here. Your name is pronounced Bri. Yes, Brienne. Yes, like fleeing away from YouTube, the website, because Brienne is active on there right now. It's your name. Never share your name online. What, Brian Marquez? It's my name, man. It's only my name. That address is shared by me and my parents, who have a lot more to lose than me. So it's too late now. I know. Oh, I'm gonna have my name written on a couple. I mean, my name's already on some FBI blacklist, but I guess some anonymous people on the internet know how my name's pronounced. How's the paper taste? Well, superior butt sniffer. We've had this question before. Very popular question. I mean, Christ's sake, guys, paper is everywhere in the modern world. If you want to know how typical printer paper tastes, just try it yourself, except I can't because that's actually illegal. I can't incite any minors, which I assume, Mr. Butt Sniffer, you are, so I don't want for you to, switch from ass air to real paper going into your mouth. So you know what? Don't taste it. I apologize. It's slightly bitter, especially when taken with water. Now the fluids matter. Whatever you chase it down with matters. And I'm using a little bit of sparkling apple grape. This never adds too much new flavor aside from a little bit of umami and mostly bitter taste. It's not too bad. It's not like lemon peel bitter. It's not so bitter it's unpalatable, but it'll always emphasize, especially texture-wise, it'll absorb whatever liquids come in afterwards and emphasize the flavor, actually. In fact, sometimes I find that eating paper and then drinking a soda like this gives a more enhanced culinary experience of the soda than just drinking the soda straight up, which is very bad because I know eating paper is it's not unhealthy, but it's not explicitly healthy either. And it's apparently scary to my grandmother, who wrote that letter, that very lovely letter. I know you're watching. I know you're a little internet shy and you don't want to probably go and chat unless Superior Butt Sniffer. That's you, Grandma, under a secret account. In which case, very, very sneaky. I never would have guessed it was you. But just know I'm calling you out right now. That letter was beautiful, and if I die, it's on me. But yeah, do you want to know my real response to my grandma? Wind it back. I think I start talking about it at like 4.5 minutes in. I don't know. You're implying kids sniff butts. Dude, when we were on the playground in my elementary school, that was a typical truth or dare activity. All right. Also, the usage of the word bruh is not the hard HB word. It's not convincing me to. Anyways, you know what? I don't want to persecute you for, being a youngster, being a little punk, but trust me, butt sniffing. I associate that with all the playground activities. Touching shit, touching a little piece of dog shit on the playground floor, holding it up, not washing your hands, perhaps licking the palm afterwards, and of course, sniffing butts. Truth or dare, huh? Either I tell you some information and dox myself, or truth or dare, sniff that butt over there, That was 3rd grade in a nutshell. I knew one kid in 5th grade who ate paper. I know, it's nice to, reunite with my old classmate. No, there are a lot of people who ate paper. I mean, I remember the reason I discovered that I could actually do this was I was so insanely bored in preschool, I would eat just random stuff. My little list of consumables was filled with staples, glue, paint. I remember paint was there, and this. The reason I stuck with this is because this is the only thing that passed through me without actually endangering my intestines. You can imagine how eating staples will, This is really embarrassing, but I used to chew my fingernails and then swallow them. Like, I don't even know why I did that. It would sting my throat, get like caught in my throat. I'm remembering. I haven't done it in like 15 years, but I'm still remembering how it felt. It was terrible. It was traumatic. I don't know why I did that to myself. I was like 7, all right? Cut me some slack. Yeah, my grandma basically watched me fail to protect the identity of my address. Hey, we didn't say the whole address, and there's a lot of addresses with the the name and that number. So have fun choosing from all three options, you know? I've drank my own blood. We can't really play truth or dare if like we're not there in person to physically do the activities. Like we only have the option to pick truth, you know? Well, superior butt sniffer. It seems like the emojis tell a very linear story about eating, and you're married to the hustle, you know, the wedding ring, you know, married to the game, and my game is eating, right? My hustle happens to be streaming my mukbang process. I forget how you pronounce that word. And then I die due to, you know, paper ripping through my stomach lining. And then I get packaged in a small box, you know, when I get cremated and my family spreads my ashes all over the Pacific Ocean. I don't know what the kangaroo's doing there at the end. Perhaps my ashes go airborne and fly over to Australia. Hello, Connor Plays. I don't know what games you play, but you know what? You're playing a real game now. Some people in my live chat are playing Truth or Dare, and you just got roped into it involuntarily. Truth or Dare, say one of those two words, and then we'll either get the truth out of you, or you'll be dared to do something. I feel like this just won't work on stream because this is we got to have all of us here in a circle. Oh, your friend is at Connor Plays. Well, I mean, I'm honored to be in the presence of a very successful, you know, YouTuber. I mean, whenever I see blank plays or something plays, I've seen people with the names like Joe Plays Games. Although more often than not, I click on the profile and I look at what's on there and there's like nothing on there. And I'm like, okay, Joe Plays Games. There's no fucking games being played. How do I okay, thank you, YouTube, for actually letting me go to the channel. Thanks. Okay, thank Christ, we actually have someone who plays games. There have seriously been like maybe half a dozen people who have a name like that on YouTube. I look at their crap and there's nothing there. Connor will play games. What are these games? Actually, I don't know what any of these games are. They seem like you know what they are. They look like, you know, FNAF fan games on Scratch. Remember Scratch, the website? You know how you just make like random. That's what these look like. But these are significant. There's a real fan base for this stuff. Roblox for say. Okay, never mind. I clearly don't know how to read. I know what Roblox is. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. That's good. A man of the culture. Shout out to Connor Plays. Keep playing, Connor. My brain is so fucked right now. We're just gonna focus on eating and dipping. But I cheat in Roblox. Yeah, no, you clearly know me. You're like Dom or something like that. You're trying to dress up. You're doing the Miss Doubtfire thing, dressing up as a lady on the internet. You're probably like Dom or something. You're Dom and you're being a troll right now. I haven't thought about Scratch in years. That's what it reminded. I literally saw the MS Paint like Sharpie thumbnails, and I was just like, "That's Scratch right there, a blast from the past." You know, what if I look up Scratch on YouTube? I wonder if that'll. I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia for Scratch. Scratch games, excuse me. I remember when I was on Scratch, just to piss my parents off, I would constantly play. It was like Cookie Clicker, but with Trump's head, and you'd click him, and then he'd say a Trump quote. Like when Trump used to say China with a funny voice, and people would clip that, and it'd be a meme. And that's the goofiest thing Trump did. He would just say China in a funny voice. Good times, good nostalgic times. Top 10 Scratch. Okay, yeah. Well, why am I getting a clip from the Minecraft movie as like the third result when I look up Scratch games? Get out of here. I live in Nevada, I swear. Yeah, nice try. Now that I'm thinking about it, a couple of my cousins are currently residing in Nevada temporarily as a part of a vacation. So you could technically be telling me the truth, and you're just like Cam or Wyatt or both. You guys are such trolls. We're pinning this. I wish I had the mojo today to, you know, be able to do a 30-minute stream, but I got to get back to watching Dead Ringers and King of the Hill. Like those two pieces of media go like together like water and wine. So, I've been watching some old Siskel and Ebert reruns, and I'm just Like those two, you know what made that show so good? You know, we could have a podcast where we just aimlessly talk about and zoom in endlessly into things, and that's cool. And I think we could do that. But there is something about the short form, like I mean, because they were on national television, so there are tons of limitations. But those limitations really made Siskel and Ebert's show better. I do really kind of wish, specifically because I like Gene Siskel a lot, that they could have had those two just talking a little longer, maybe 5 minutes for each movie. But they get like maybe a 30-second blurb to argue about whether or not Fargo was good, and then they just move on to the next thing. But I mean, it's a product of its time. But I'm just thinking, what if me and Brandon, or me and I mean, I'm thinking about all the friends who, for one, are not camera awkward, right? Could convincingly be on a show regularly with me. If we did like a short form Siskel and Ebert type thing, if I'm looking at like what's the closest thing to Siskel and Ebert now, like what, Red Letter Media? Not exactly. Red Letter Media is relatively inconsistent. Like Brandon and I watch a movie every single week. You know, we could crank it up to 2 or so, you know, especially as, you know, during the summer, things are really starting to crank up when it comes to releases. Like we now have too many movies per week to, you know, really watch. If something comes out next week after the Phoenician scheme, I mean, we're screwed. We won't be able to, we'll have to like pack in multiple movies a week and disobey our schedule. Which Dead Ringers? There's only one. It's the one with Jeremy Irons in it. I have like a list of things on Criterion, which is a very good streaming service, where I pick movies. I use a number randomizer on my phone through Siri to randomize whichever one, and it named 3 out of 5, which is Dead Ringers. Plus, my dad talks that movie up as being very unpleasant, which means that I'm going to love it. Excuse me. Brian likes Crushing Loaves. If you've seen the movie, you know, yes, of course, I've seen the Crushing Loaves movie. I feel like I'm not getting half these epic pop cultural references. Of course, I know I have many movies made about me, but I will bookmark this. Actually, I've been bookmarking a lot of stuff, but when this is pinned, I'm gonna just watch this back, which I don't normally do that often anymore. But I need to go back and see if I can reassess that comment. There's a Dead Ringers show. Huh. Well, you know, we have what is it? Yeah, weekly movies, Tuesday movie nights. And we've been ranking because I used to work at a cinema and they still give me free tickets. They're cool with me over there. And I've been into films for a while. We're really working on trying to objectively grade everything. And I will say I'm just such a sucker for those Siskel and Ebert clips, especially where they're arguing. They were reviewing Home Alone 3, and for some fucking reason, Roger Ebert thought that Home Alone 3 was better than the first 2. And the conversation that ensued was awesome. Maybe it's just me. Maybe those are just my conversational preferences. But throughout the entire year of 2024. Well, this is ranked from worst to best, right? You can see all the worst stuff here, all the best stuff up here. Yeah, Challengers is in my top 5. Feel free to sue me. Home Alone 2 is the best. That's true. That's true. Let me think. I did like the scene where the guy gets electrical shocked and he turns into an actual plastic, like, spirit Halloween skeleton for like 3 seconds. I always love when that happens. It was done way better than in that horrific, overrated Planes, Trains, and Automobiles movie. That's like if Warm Oatmeal was a movie. I don't understand why people like. The only thing that was mildly interesting was the car accident like clip where he gets electrocuted. And the entire movie is not like weird or surreal or abstract in its visuals, but they have like just a character get electrocuted and he turns into a skeleton. Like I don't know if that was a trend in comedy movies where like the comedy would be grounded for like an hour and a half. And then almost at the end of the movie, there'd be this random ass scene where someone just turns into a spirit Halloween skeleton. It seems so amateur. It was such an unusual trend, an unusual visual trend. Well, how about this? Because this stream is all about me doxing myself here, I'm going to dox myself. These are my 4 favorites. So judge me off that. And with that, on that note, I will end here as I'm zonked right now. So I got to rest up and figure out how to recuperate because my brain clearly needs to just, I don't know, be put inside a small freezer unit, be cryogenically frozen because I need a factory restart right now. But good night. We're on the Pacific time zone right now, my friend. I got a whole half of the day to achieve, or I guess to procrastinate achievement. But here, hold on. Thank you so much for watching day 914. For all of the new viewers who came in, we hope that you return. Come for the paper, stay for this guy who has at least one thumb and a mouth that can talk. And you got fingers and you can communicate back. So let me know. Let me know if any of the new viewers, of which there were a significant amount, wants to return. And with that, we're glad that you at least came to this one. You know, 1 is greater than 0. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you all, or at least some of you, tomorrow. That'll be day 915. Make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye. Gentlemen, it's over.